I got a new haircut. Don't love it, but it's better than the mess from last week. Speaking of West Marches, it's a super overly used term, and in today's video, I want to talk about what a West Marches actually is, why a lot of servers that claim to be West Marches aren't actually West Marches servers, especially mine, because people keep using that term like it's a West Marches server to describe it, and I'm like about to give in and just be like, yes, it's a West Marches server. But before I do, this video is basically my last act of defiance to say, well, actually, it's not, because a West Marches server is, well, that's what I'm about to tell you. Ben Robbins, I think is his name. Hold on. It's Ben something. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 95% sure it's Ben Robbins. Haha, Ben Robbins. I knew that was it. There was a guy named Ben Robbins, and he was tired of the, like Thursday night's game night, and everyone just shows up, and me, the Dungeon Master, am responsible for entertaining everyone and having adventures put in front of them that they need to be interested in. He's like, no, I'm done with it. What we're gonna do is you guys go figure out when you want to play, and you guys go figure out what you want to do. Thus, West Marches was born. Now, this has grown in popularity because it takes a lot of the work off of the Dungeon Master and puts it on the player. The Dungeon Master has a bit of upfront prep. They generally build out a world that is generally unexplored, and the players have a less than completely accurate or filled out map. Oftentimes, it's referred to as like a treasure map. It's, oh, there's rumors of treasure through the dark forest, there's a temple with whatever, or there's a cave in wherever. And so the players are like, all right, hey, that sounds interesting. Let's us go do that. It sounds pretty fun, but there's a couple main points of West Marches servers that I want to point out. Is to not mess this up. And I'll link the website that I'm getting most of this information from. And I believe this is from Ben Robbins himself, or at least somebody has pulled it from articles he's put out. But the main three characteristics of a West Marches server. Number one, there are no regular times. Every session is scheduled by players on the fly. Now, most of the games, my server included, any other West Marches server I've been on, the players do not get together and come up with the schedule for the games. The Dungeon Master schedules a game, and then players just sign up for it if they're available. So that already makes it less like a West Marches and something a little bit different, but I'm not gonna completely count that against it being called a West Marches server. The second characteristic, there's no regular party. Each game has different players drawn from a pool of around 10 to 14 people. That is very much in alignment, and I think that is the main point that makes people call like my server or most other servers a West Marches server, is that it has a big pool of players, and you never know which players you're going to get on a team for a quest. Like, it's just changing all the time because it's just whoever signs up for it. The third and last characteristic, and this one changes the most server by server, the third is that there's no regular plot. It's a sandbox open world game where the players get to go do what they want and the activities that they want to do. There's not like a mysterious old man giving them quests. There's no overarching plot, just an overarching environment. Now, there are some servers that this holds more true to, but like mine, there is absolutely an overarching plot storyline happening. The quests are story-driven quests. There is a guy that gives them quests. Now, how much of an overarching story there is, or how much the players have control over the world and the story, changes vastly server by server. But when you're running pre-set up quests and storylines, it's not a West Marches server. A West Marches server sounds like a lot of fun. I just haven't really seen a lot of like true West Marches. They're all just big pools of players that sign up for quests. Which then brings up the challenge that I have been struggling with. What do you call this type of server or campaign that has a huge pool of players, but there is still an overarching story? There's still quests that are being given out, all of that stuff. I generally call it an open campaign, meaning that, basically the front door is open. People can join at any point and they get to be a part of it. When quests are posted, they're posted for specific level ranges. So if you see a quest posted and you have a character of an appropriate level, you can sign up for it. And if you get busy, you don't have to keep playing. I like the open schedule. It gives a lot of flexibility, but it's not a West Marches server. So anyway, if you have any ideas on what to call a West Marches server, a West Marches campaign or server that's not actually a West Marches, let me know. If you want to join the server and play games, you can click the link for championsguild.games and get signed up. Anyway, I just needed to make this video so that when people say it's a West Marches server, I can be like, no, it's not. It's not a West Marches server. I just don't know what to call it.